and F, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, versus Delete Gaming. The first band's going to be a Vulcan. Not sure
Yeah.
what the thought behind that is. I think Vulcan's gaining popularity due to the fact that he's fairly safe in lane with a turret, but he can be punished pretty
He's
hard. The
got
only
nice objective secure
He's
with
got
his
great.
ult.
I agree with that, but I think if you're going to go for an objective secure god to ban out, I think Isis would be the first one that would come to mind. But Vulcan,
Oh yeah.
if that's what you don't want to go against, then I guess you can ban that out. Kernan is going to be the response to that. I'm thinking Kernan is probably going to be a first ban for much longer upper pro leagues, up in the PC, up in that PC scene. Realizing that character, even though he's pretty good, not really ban worthy at this point. Other gods are a lot better than he is, I think. Raven also going to be banned out. I think that Vulcan was probably just them doing some investigating into the enemy team, seeing
Yeah,
that Vulcan is
out of
probably
respect ban.
yeah, exactly. So no surprise there. We see that all the time. Bologna going to immediately be the response, leaving Sasano open if they want to grab that.
Pick. That might have been the plan out of
It could have been their plan to try and leave
yeah.
Sasano open. Yeah, exactly. But we'll see what they do. Osiris actually going to be
They're
locked in
gonna
and
opt
picked.
for the Osiris first pick, huh?
I think that's smart. If you don't want the Sasano, or you think you could play against it, why not take it? But I think they could potentially see that be punishing to them. Sasano immediately locked in for S and F.
Someone needs to get a hold of Mike.
Or is that the league gaming? S and F is
that diamond skin.
Yeah, let's get that. Let's get that communication done. If anybody is watching, only one person watching, one comment so far, so I don't think anybody's going to be able to hear our pleas. But Medusa going to be locked in, I think. Just a good hunch.
I can't tell which team's which. I'll go check the roster real quick.
Go for it. Hades also going to be locked in. I think a couple of characters that are fairly popular right now. Hades getting a lot of respect. Has a lot of CC.
He's really strong early.
He's super strong early, and I think his sustain is another appealing factor for somebody in the mid lane that wants to do oodles of damage, stay in a fight, sustain through it. Plenty of other characters come to mind for a mid lane pick, but if you want to take that Hades, take that Hades, and if you're good at it, by all means, go for it. I think between Osiris and Medusa, you can burn actives between all three of those characters and make things much harder on the enemy team.
Gaming is the EU team with Mikey Wendell.
Okay.
Phil Taylor, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Gev going to be locked in. Phil Taylor locking that in for his team. That shield is going to come in handy, especially against a Hades ult or a Medusa's ult.
The nice cleanse as well. There's the Isis we were talking about.
Yeah, if Objective Secure is the game, the name of the game for Delete Gaming, Isis is going to be probably something they center themselves around. If Vulcan was their pick before, I think Isis is going to be the runner-up to that, and I don't think they're going to mind having that locked in there. Banning phase starting out right now. They don't.
A good Isis is also a semi-counter to Hades being able to silence him after he dashes into wave, at least for a few seconds. Thor ban on the side of Delete Gaming.
This is true. Yeah, you can pull him. Yeah, I mean, the silence from Isis is just an overall annoying thing, and the slow is going to be pretty good to get that extra penetration on a Hades. And his ultimate, he has those extra protections, so I could understand the need to shred him through that, need to shred him while he's doing that, but
Isis ult is also a good counter to Hades ult. Hou Yi banned on the side of SNF.
I think big area control is, they just don't like big area control. Both Vulcan and Hou Yi have some good space control. They can stand in their lane, and half the lane needs to be avoided if you don't want to get poked out by either one of those players, and you want to make sure that your leap is always online against both of them as well. So I think just playing the safe, no objective, trying to just keep their lanes as open as possible and make the rotations easier on themselves. Response to that, a Khepri and a Thor both being banned out. I think possibly doing some research on S and F. Thor, a very good character. I don't know if he's ban worthy, but if you know a player that could do him as well as Imperius or any other prominent Thors that I know, it is definitely ban worthy. You don't want to see that go into the hands of a team that is going to be able to respond
double
to
tap early damage is just
double tap early damage is disgusting.
Erlong Shen banned out. I'm guessing that's because of the Facebook post Mikey Wendell asking if I wanted to see some Erlong Shen gameplay, but they're not realizing that Susanoo was his pick. It might have been the solo too. They might not have wanted to see Erlong in a solo. I personally think he's more prominent in the jungle, however.
I think he does oodles of damage in the jungle, especially with that early clear with his dog doing the extra. I think 25% auto attack damage on those camps makes his clear so good, and an early mink, I think is what that's called. I call it an otter, but it's a mink.
72 transformations.
Yeah, 72 transformations does tons of damage. The heal is ridiculous. The shell you get in the turtle
and
form
then he
is
has
also
a Fatalis
ridiculous.
proc.
Exactly, it's crazy.
A little known fact I just found out recently: dogs procs Boombas for a small amount, and I think that's hilarious. Your dog's like your mini jungle buddy.
That's crazy.
Rama picked up for the side of Delete Gaming.
I don't really mind the pick against a Medusa.
It's
I
good
think
objective shred, good box. They
exactly.
have
You
to
just
get him
have to
into the
be
late game though, and Geb's
exactly.
good for cradling for that.
I think the Geb and Rama picks are just a super safe duo lane. You want to make sure Rama doesn't die early. You want to make sure that Hades can't punish him if a Rama dashes down. So I think the name of the game is probably just going to be big team fight oriented teams. Isis, Rama, Geb. If
Oh
you're
yeah,
all three of them in
between
a
Susan, Pole, and Isis ult, it's definitely big team fight damage.
big team fight, exactly. And I think burning actives is going to be something that the Isis needs to focus on, not drop her entire kit, drop an ultimate, trying to pick up a kill that an Aegis could easily prevent. So got to be careful with that. You have a character like Medusa, Hades, and Osiris who could all leap away, dash away, or whatever. So just hold on to your abilities and try and bait things out before you go on a full commit, because I think Osiris and Medusa could both punish you if you full commit without keeping track of what abilities are on or offline. That Medusa
Ganesh
ultimate
locked in
really.
for SNF.
Absolutely. Ganesh, actually, we've seen him first picked a lot more often, but falling to a bit of a lower pick here. I think Ganesh has proven himself to be a pretty prominent support. I think standing up there with the likes of Geb and being able to hold off being able to bail out his teammates, control a lane. I think he's a little bit more of an aggressive support, able to hold people still a little bit longer, do massive amounts of damage between his ultimate and his clear, but just a pretty safe Guardian pick. I think you can't really go wrong with a Ganesh on your team. Saw Arachne yesterday actually do pretty decent. That was yesterday I casted the game, right? Yeah, we saw Arachne. A lot of mistakes were made by the very reckless Arachne that we saw yesterday, but I think with the pub stomp god that they're locking in, if Hades can lock a character down, if Ganesh can lock a character down, if Medusa can lock a character down, you can really be punished by boxing an Arachne, and it's really kind of impossible to beat an Arachne in a 1v1 boxing match anyways, so probably looking to target out that Rama or that Isis or something along the lines of that to try and shut down the team comp that Delete Gaming put together so far. Sun Wukong going to be the solo laner for them. We've seen a lot of Sun Wukong between your guys' solo laner and pretty much every other team that I've casted. Sun Wukong getting a lot of respect with his clear, his safety in the it's not 72 transformations for him, but he can change into that bird and go all the way across the lane and go into the bowl, knock people up, and get combinations off with the
Wheelix. I think
Wheelix,
it actually is still 72 transformations, if I'm not mistaken.
What is the ability called for Erlongshen?
Both
Is it
of
different?
them. I'm pretty sure they're both 72 transformations, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting. But anyways, both
I
team
also
comps...
play Wukong jungle for those reasons.
I love Wukong. Wukong's a good pick. Going to be interesting to see here in this early game how the Susanoo is going to react to the Arachne being picked. I think in a 1v1 boxing match, an Arachne would win that, but if she has any of her abilities down, Susanoo can definitely punish her for being one of the more immobile junglers, especially if he can catch her without her ultimate. I think she's dead with the follow-up from Isis and Susanoo. If she builds tank, her damage is going to be reduced. That'd only be a win for them if she decides to go that route, but overall, you just have to be real careful if you're SNF.
I'm gonna have to give this draft alone to the side of Delete Gaming. They just have such a strong 3v3 presence. Granted, Ganesh has a good silence that he can use to turn the fight, but Susan to Arachne and Isis to... I give it to Hades over the Isis, but it's gonna be hard for him to solo pressure.
Exactly.
With the Arachne not having much not having much early damage.
Susanoo can comfortably work with any other god in the game, essentially, which is why I think he's such a prominent jungle pick. One pull can make it so easy for any god to follow up with that, be it Isis with a Spirit Ball, Rama with a slow or a cripple, Wukong with a Tiger Stun. Anything that Susanoo does can be easily followed up, and that's going to be really dangerous on the side of SNF. Got to be real careful to keep an eye on that Susanoo and try and bait him out before you go into a full commit. He can definitely displace your team and make it real hard for somebody like a Medusa or Ganesha to keep the team safe, stay in the back line, and secure kills for their team. But without
especially since he has Geb shields going for him.
Exactly. So I just think it's a very safe but also a very aggressive team comp for Elite Gaming.
Very aggressive. I'm expecting early objective plays.
Hopefully. Well, we haven't seen enough objective play, I don't think, in teams that are not quite up there with the big boys, but I think once they start picking up that Gold Fury really is good in the early game, that early tower sieging is actually pretty good. When you have a lead, start grouping up and going for those sieges. We see teams just try and stay spread out on the map when they could easily just group up and start rolling over the enemy team. And once that starts getting mimicked by other teams that start getting steamrolled by the bigger boys that do that, I think we'll start seeing skill gaps close a little bit, but we'll just have to see what they learn.
I know between the games that my team has played, we haven't really felt the need for much objective push, and in fact have been holding some of our strats back.
And I think that's smart. You don't want to go all out and throw out every single strat in games that you feel as if you can win, but another objective push is still important in a game, and I don't think it's
Oh
going
yeah.
to come down to a specific strategy to make sure that's still an important thing to do. I just see teams spreading out for way past the 10 to 15 to 20 minute mark, still spreading out across the map and pushing up lanes as if their team isn't strong enough to group up and start winning a team fight. So it's just going to be interesting to see which team starts grouping up first, which team starts taking advantage of the leads they have, how they're going to straddle the map, when they're going to get their hunter some help, how often they're going to leave their hunter alone. Just all the things that an upper level team should be fine tuning at this point, a lower level team might be figuring out. All right, getting into the game. My AI is slowly loading in. Are you getting into the game too?
I am in the game.
Perfect. All right, my AI isn't quite loading yet. There we go. All right, so we have...
Alright, the players are loading in.
There we go, yep. Did for me as well. So Demon Hunter 2223 in the mid lane as Hades. Gold Moon Demon in the duo lane partnered with Sage Storm Demon as Medusa and Ganesha. In the jungle, we have Red Blood Demon on Arachne, and the solo lane Black Sun Demon on the Osiris. On the other side, it's going to be Delete Gaming with Classic EU in the solo lane as Sun Wukong. In the duo lane, it's going to be Phil Taylor partnered with PvP Davey as Rama and Geb. Mikey Windle in the jungle, going to be helping out Mr. Sack as Isis, and he's going to be rocking that Susanoo. Pretty basic starts coming out. I think Vampiric Shroud by that Hades. He can burst down the wave pretty easy, so I don't mind that pick. Get the burst of health and HP. I think the lifesteal is also going to help him out. He's going for that tiny trinket as well, so his sustain is already... exactly, rushing that bank.
Lots of strength.
Yep. Actually, the Medusa opting to go for a tier 2 Transcendence, and instead of getting potions, going to get that rank 1 boots. So if they can spot that out pretty early, immediately get a rotation onto that Medusa over in that dual lane. Without those pots, she can get poked out, and once she does, she's either going to have to go back to base or sit under that tower and stay safe. But I think it's going to be a little bit of a mistake on her end, or his end, excuse me, picking up those boots. The pots are still valuable. If anybody doesn't realize that getting poked out early game, if you don't have potions, you're at half health, you're pretty much a sitting duck for a jungler to dive a tower for you. So you got to be real careful starting something like she did with tier 2 Transcendence and boots. Who's also on the side of Delete Gaming, we're actually seeing 3 Bumbas masks, one on the solo laner, one on the jungler, and one on their carry. Could you talk about that a little bit?
So the plan is, and you see it happening now, the hunter and the support are starting at red buff, and the Boombas provides a little bit of extra clear for that, so they can get to lane quickly and still get this XP boost before going into a lane. Like, in the instance of Rom versus Medusa, had he not gotten this red and gotten this XP lead, he'd probably get out pressured.
Probably.
Getting smalls before they rotate the lane.
Grouping up as 3 right now is S and F. I think a little bit of a fight going on in the bottom right jungle. Mr. Sack going to be the first blood. Black Sun Demon able to pick that up. A nice, good heads up by him. Probably calling for that rotation to S and F after they made that silly decision, I think, on Delete Gaming's end to try and contest the speed buff when you're going against an Arachne and a Hades at level 1. Unfortunate that had to go that way, but I think
Rom's
hopefully
getting
Delete
aggressive back in dual lane, getting a Geb shield. The only one level 2 is the Ganesh. Getting the knock up off. Medusa's still trading, but she doesn't have that 1 or that 3. There goes her acid spit. Rom fairly low, but he's also trading blows. Another kill in right lane. This time it was the Wukong onto the Osiris.
I think the solo lane already a prominent factor. Both of those players getting a kill for themselves. The first blood going to his opposition, so I think getting that return kill is gonna be real important for shutting that Osiris down. It's gonna be pretty big. Exactly. You want to shut down that Osiris with that first blood.
He's invading. That. I don't know if he'll be successful in the invade, but he got the slip moss.
He was able to get the small
dual lane. 4 people. No, the team of the side of the League Gaming looks like they're gonna get out.
Oracle still standing here. I'm thinking after they clear this wave.
And there's a second kill. Tried to fight him at the blue buff. Just got poked out by autos.
Great job by Classic EU already starting his stuff on that Wukong. Wouldn't be surprised to see this ban next game if the trend keeps on going. Over in the left lane, Gold Moon Demon gonna have to back to base as well as Sage Storm Demon. Both of them getting easily outboxed on the side of PvP Davey. Exactly, just shredding him up over in that duo lane right now.
That red buff is huge on him right now. It's given early game.
In the mid lane, Red Blood Demon taking plenty of poke. And a rotation from the right lane. Classic EU already massive in this game. The Spirit Ball not gonna
The silence off the mark picked up with the cudgel. Another kill for
Perfect.
Classic EU.
Classic EU.
2 minutes in.
2 minutes in already with 3 kills. I think his early rotations are going to start hitting harder and harder. The more kills and more farm he gets, and Delete Gaming also able to get those oracles over on the side of duo lane. All 3 lanes, I think, already getting themselves to an early lead, and I think the confidence is brewing for them. I wouldn't be surprised to see an early rotation from Classic EU after he puts some minions under that tower to try and get an early Gold Fury if Delete Gaming wants to go that route, but I think still staying in lane right now is also a fairly fine decision. You're already winning your lanes and already getting the kills. Might as well stick with what's working. Also able to get that Fire Elemental over in the right lane. It looked like Mr. Sack wanted to come and get some farm for himself, but they already cleared that, so he's just going to go back to lane. Coming from
Susan
behind.
applying some poke to the Hades, a silence in this 3. A wasted Aegis. The stun from Isis was off the mark, but it's smart not giving up a kill.
I agree. And Classic EU is still
Mid
over
lane.
in that solo lane, absolutely bullying the opposition in Black Sun Demon. Mid camps also going the way of...
off the mic. I
Mid-camps.
suppose the Boombas is playing an effect, having that sustain off elementals and such.
I agree.
didn't
Red
see
Blood
what
Demon
happened
going
to
to be
Red Blood
going down.
Demon.
Delete Gaming with their 4th kill of the game. Mikey Windle able to pick that one up and get himself on the board. 1-0 for him and 3-0 for his solo laner. Already off to a pretty great start. Already every single one of their players has an ultimate online, and 4 members of SNF are still sitting at level 4. One of them just hit level 5. 2 of them just did, so as I was speaking, they're starting to hit those level 5s, but at 4 minutes and 25 seconds, looking at the enemy team already at level 6 and 7. Pretty grim outlook if you're looking at a team fight here earlier, a Gold Fury contest. It's going to be pretty hard to fight into
Take
that.
a look at the graphs right now already. 4.500 down and 2,000 gold down. 4.500 XP and 2,000 gold roughly.
It's already a
Differences
massive lead
between
for Delete
Gaming
Gaming.
and SNF.
Already, yeah, they just already have a stranglehold on S&F, and I think this lead's only going to increase as the better plays start coming out of Delete
Looking
Gaming.
for a 3v2 invade on this Hades. Cataclysm comes out. Susan will poke. A stun ball. Hades going back in. Not hitting his 3 for the burst heal. He's gonna get poked out here without an escaping back. Isis getting collapsed on by the Arachne, forced to pop her ult. Arachne missing the 3, still gonna clean up this kill. Susanoo cleans up the kill on the Hades in the back.
So there's a 1-for-1 trade right
Wukong.
now, but Delete Gaming are grouped up as 2 right now, I think, with Phil Taylor. Actually, they had a long rotation out of the duo lane. Sage Storm Demon coming to back up Red Blood Demon. Going to disengage cleanly right there. Going 1-1, so at least you don't have a big loss on the side of S&F, but Delete Gaming probably hoping not to lose a character there, just only to get the 1
During
pick,
that
but
fight, however, Wukong was able to secure the blue and extend his lead over this Osiris that much more.
just smart to know that you have your teammates over in that jungle, which is going to force Black Sun Demon to stay under his tower. He's not going to go in that jungle, especially knowing that Delete Gaming is going to be there to respond immediately, and he knows assuredly they will be on top of their
Headed
buffs.
over to what was once duo lane. Rom has a 2-level lead over this Medusa. The Transcendence play doesn't seem to be paying off for her right now.
And like I said, without
And-
having the potions, it's just gonna make her suffer. Mikey Windle able to grab another kill, looking like Sage Storm Demon gonna be his
Another
next
2
victim. A
kills.
double kill for Mikey
Mid.
Windle. Ultimate coming out of Demon Hunter 22-23. Mikey Windle using his beats smartly to get out of that damage and assure his life stays remaining. But Phil Taylor able to pick up a kill onto Demon Hunter. Already a grim outlook for SNF. Big objective control we see already. Maybe not the Gold Fury Towers right now, but able to go into their jungle and take every single buff that they want right now, knowing that both sides of the both lanes on the left and right side are going to be pushed up to their tower, so no strong response is going to be coming from them. Oracles also going their way. The farm game already, Delete Gaming taking that into their hands, sitting at an almost 4,000 gold
Black
leading,
Sun
sitting
Demon
at
getting poked
3,900.
out by Classic EU. Forced ult away in right lane. Classic EU ultimate after.
Classic EU just absolutely beating
Securing the kill.
just beating the hell out of Black Sun Demon. You're a little bit ahead of me.
Okay, what, I'm gonna pause. Tell me when you're at 7:13.
Okay. Go ahead and unpause right about now.
I should be good.
Perfect. This should be
Secured
fine.
those back harpies.
I think already just such a strong showing from Delete Gaming, able to take this game and rocket themselves already to a 4,500 gold lead, almost 8,000 experience. The level difference huge right now. I don't think S&F have any chance right now to try and get this back into their hands without making a big play over in duo and try and get their Medusa ahead, or at least try to help their Hades out in mid. The 3-level deficit over in that duo lane is devastating for them right now, knowing that their Hunter isn't going to be any prominent factor in the game for them so far.
Fight going on in mid lane.
A kill, Mr.
Susan, Sage Storm going down.
Demon Hunter almost going down there, but I don't think Mikey Wendell had the cooldowns available for him to pick that up. The Spirit Ball going to be a little out of range, but at least a nice try. It's going to force Demon Hunter to go back to base, which is already a win anyways. Over in the solo lane, a 4-level difference between Black Sun Demon and Classic EU, almost getting that Tiger stun. Missing a slow as well, but it doesn't really matter to him. He is 4 levels ahead, going to be able to rotate into that jungle, and I think going to start that speed buff for his jungler.
For sure. Just extending that lead.
Already the Gold Fury going to be started by Delete Gaming. The Isis ultimate, that Circle of Protection is going to be huge. The heal going to come through, and Delete Gaming is going to get their first Gold Fury of the game. I don't even think SDF had any idea that was going on. No wards on their side. You can already see all over the map many wards by Delete Gaming, and I think that's pretty huge to why their success has been the way it is so far this game. They can just see everything that's going on the map, so it's going to leave Classic EU over in that solo lane with all the information he needs to very intelligently go invade buffs and do whatever he wants in that solo lane and force Black Sun.
If you look at wards placed, though, Sage Storm Demon and Demon Hunter 2-2-2-3 both have Demon Hunter actually having top wards placed in the game. That vision is just not doing enough for them in this fight.
I don't think it's doing enough. I see over in the solo lane there's a couple wards, but I see already like five or six wards on the side of the league all over the map right now. Phil Taylor in a lot of trouble here. I think S&F finally able to put something, possibly a win together. Red Blood Demon thinking about going a little deep. Demon Hunter 2-2-2-3 being forced to use that Aegis, but Classic EU rotating from the solo lane, able to pick up that kill onto him. Red Blood Demon looks like he's going to be the next victim. Double kill for Classic EU. Big fight in the mid lane. Delete Gaming got his stranglehold on S&F right now. A triple kill for Classic EU, possibly going to be going for the quadra kill.
Go for the quad! No, playing safe.
Not going to be able to quadra. Yeah, Black Sun Demon just going to leap out of that using his ultimate. That's going to be a 3-0 sweep on the side of Delete Gaming. A couple characters had to go back to base, but that's not a big deal. Meanwhile, over in that duo lane, the first tower of the game going to be going the way of PvP Davey 1108. Able to
and then the buffs being stripped away.
Yes, I think already this game is so lopsided. It's going to be real hard for SNF to try and get back in this game, considering it's already almost a 10,000 gold lead at the 10-minute mark.
That's the part where you start calling it mid-game.
It's unfortunate that the lead is such a disparity already. I don't want to say that SNF doesn't have a chance, but 10,000 gold is about where you start to realize that there's really no hope for the team that's down.
The level difference is also too huge.
It's massive. I think with already a 6-level difference in that solo lane, Classic EU, I think that Sun Wukong is going to be one of the first bans that we see in this next game. Clearly, very comfortable with that god already.
If not the Wukong, maybe they'll actually ban the Susanoo instead of Vulcan. In the duo lane, a turned ult coming out for the Medusa. This is
already just having to go
for the ROM.
Yeah, this should that pretty easy kill already caught between him and a wave.
Classic EU diving behind T1 to secure another kill on the Osiris.
Pretty easy so far for Delete Gaming. I think just doing a great job already of acting as a unit. This over 10,000 gold lead. They're using it to their advantage right now, as well as their level difference. And they're okay with doing whatever they want to whatever player they want to, whenever they want to. So I think this should be
triple kill in mid lane.
Mr. Sack with a triple kill, getting the last one with an auto wood sack. The Spirit Ball coming to secure it right behind him, but he didn't need it. Oh, that tier 2 over in the left lane, PvP Davey. You left him all alone, and he's able to grab that tier 2 as well. This gold lead is rocketing. Probably going to be a 15,000 gold lead here pretty soon if they get another tower over in mid or right lane. But unfortunately, SNF has to be.
Portal Demon.
Exactly. In the left lane, boxing match between PvP Davey and Gold Moon Demon. I don't think Gold Moon Demon has any chance to win that match. The second shot is going to be good. The Age is going to come out and keep him alive.
He's very low, surrounded by 3. This might be a death.
This could be a death for him, and I think versus 3, even with the level difference, you can't really do anything about that.
He was out of mana. I'd give it to him if he had mana.
I think with a steroid, he would have been able to lifesteal him. Does he have lifesteal? No, he actually doesn't. I think, but with the Death Steal, he might have been able
Oh,
to
well, then I
sustain
lied.
his life. Yeah. That's alright.
I
Over in the
figured
right
he
lane,
would've
that
gone
tier 2
Devils or
tower in a
something.
lot of danger as well. Classic EU actually opting to back instead of going to poke that tower. I think with 5 members of
I don't think he
SNF,
wanted to get collapsed on.
I don't think he would have cared though with the lead he has. Level 16 against the next highest level being 11. Pretty much going up against bots in his eyes. It's such a massive leave. I don't think it just leaves us with not a whole lot to talk about. Delete Gaming are just going to do whatever they want, whenever they want. And eventually this game is going to come to a close, and I don't think it's going to be a question right now that Delete Gaming clearly has a stranglehold on this set right now. And if SNF has any hope, I think they need to clean up their draft phase, not look at something like an Arachne, and maybe go for something like a Susanoo or a Thor if they're gonna try and go for that, and see if they can't get somebody else online and try and find a win in one of these lanes. But already in this game, proving that I don't think they had any true advantage already in this game. Unfortunate to see that happen to them after winning probably one of the best sets this that last week with that race for the Titan. They were able to squeeze out game 2 and win that game 3. So
2 people collapsing on Classic EU in right lane as he pushes the tower. Not really caring.
I don't think he needs to care. His ability damage
He
already.
accidentally used bird form.
He may have used it on purpose to try and bait them out and make them try and fight him so he can get those kills, but we'll see. Mikey Wendell, however, over in that left angle, able to pick up Demon Hunter 22-23. This solo lane, just classic EU up to their Phoenix, not caring at all.
Oh my goodness.
Ultimate from
Gold
Moon Demon, not going to be on the mark. He's able to pick up that kill and bull form out of that. He's still sitting at about 40.
Going for gold tier.
He's still sitting at 40% HP and not any worse for wear. Just going to get the last few hits onto that tower.
Oh my goodness. A bracer pop, but a missed cudgel. He totally could have turned that.
Another gold
I don't
fury
even
going
think
the way
it would
of
have
the
been a
gaming.
turn at that point.
Almost a 20,000 gold lead for them right now. S and F on their heels and convincingly on the floor with Delete Gaming walking all over them.
This
You lagging out a little bit? I am too.
No, I was just gonna say this is definitely a slaughter. Classic EU picking up another kill.
That's his 10th kill of the game. 10-0-0. He doesn't need anybody else's help, and if there's a kill for him,
he doesn't even care about the Hades ult. He's running at it. He wants the Hades ult.
He wants it. He
Isis
wants to
being
feel
able to pick
pain.
up a
He
double
doesn't
kill.
know. He doesn't know what pain
Isis
is
picking
anymore.
up a triple kill. Isis picking up a quadra kill. This game's over.
Yeah, just such a convincing lead right now. I think S&F wouldn't be surprised to see them F6 early, but I think they know that the rule is 20 minutes or until the Titan dies, so probably just going to have to tough it out until this game's over. But I think the Fire Giant
At least
probably
5
the
more
next...
minutes.
Yeah, at least 5 more minutes, and then you can go ahead and F6 and try and move on to the second game and forget about this one, try and get a win. But I think after this Fire Giant, going to be pretty easy for the Elite Gaming to group up and siege a Phoenix and grab that Titan after probably getting one more DK side.
This game should be over relatively soon.
The Elite Gaming probably putting a target on a lot of their backs over in that 4th block. Gotta be real careful of them. The Elite Gaming able to secure the first Fire Giant of the game. I don't want to look at the graphs, but I'm going to a 21,000 gold lead and a 27,000 experience
Wukong
difference.
running at 2 people in left lane, not carrying. Just Wukong things.
Just Wukong things. And I think with the sustain of Fire Giant, he's actually untouchable. You're gonna do what, 20 damage to him, and then a tick of 30 health is gonna replenish that nice and easy. So he can just run at 5 people and know that he has the sustain behind him to do whatever the hell he wants. He's not even building full damage. He has 3 defensive items.
Oh my goodness. He's just running at people.
Classic E, you don't care. Yeah, not sure what SNF is going to try to do.
The whole side of SNF grouped up in mid. It seems like they're going to try and push this tower.
Going to see if they can't get a couple hundred gold to their side and try and reduce the 20,000, already 22,000 gold lead a little bit, but we'll see. That Cudgel just chunking them. That Tiger's not going to do massive damage. Demon Hunter going to try and ult to hold on to Classic EU, not even going to hurt him. Going up to that ultimate, I think, and able to get the
counter Wukong's ult and miss.
Yes, and he's actually Immortal Black Sun Demon going to be the next victim. Mikey Wendell able to pick that one up, and only 3 members of SNF standing to try and defend the onslaught of the very far ahead Delete Gaming. That middle Phoenix already getting
run for Titan.
Yeah, I think they
Left
just want
Phoenix
to.
already being dropped.
I didn't even
Mid
see that
Phoenix
happening,
going
but
down
good
to
job by
follow.
Delete Gaming for managing that objective. I think with I want to see who had any tower damage. You can only see one tower on the side of Delete Gaming that even got touched. That one on the left, just a little bit of health taken off of it. So
80's
Delete
getting
Gaming's really
absolutely deleted. A good
a
petrify, but
three-man
not
stun
much
by
gonna come
Gold
up
Moon
off of
Demon.
it.
Buddy's gonna be punished for that. The ultimate from Ice is gonna be able to take him out. Mr. Stack able to get himself
goes the
divine.
third
Another
season.
double kill for him. I think very confident in their team right now. Delete Gaming not having to worry about a thing. The Titan gonna be their next target.
This is game.
S
Unless
and
the
F.
sickest Osiris Penta 20k 17. And no. Sad.
Not gonna happen.
Would've been
31 to
dope.
30. It wouldn't have. If S and F somehow was able to pull some team fights to their favor and come back to win this game, it would no doubt be one of the best comebacks in Smite history. But not gonna be able to do that. Delete Gaming.
I'm definitely excited to see better draft out of the side.
I want to see what
S&F
SNF
this
bans. I'm
time.
thinking ISIS and Wukong probably going to be their bans.
I
If
don't
not
see
us.
any Wukong ban coming in the near future. Cough. Cough.
All right, we'll be right back with game 2.